Man, for a change, United have gotten business done early. It's been a while.
Well, like if you consider a year and soon for Sancho, I mean.
That
I know what
actually,
you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. They've gotten Sancho's done. It's over. Varane is done. It's signed. It's not only that these are quality players, like good, like young and youngish in terms of a like center back. What I'm really impressed with is the professionalism of these signings. To be honest, the like background noise was completely zero for both of them. They just sort of got it done the way a big club is supposed to, the way Madrid kind of have over the last 4 or 5 years.
do you think that has anything to do with the fact that Woodward is not in charge of it? Like, genuinely.
I have my own conspiracy theory. Yes, it might be that Woolward's like a factor, but I also do think the owners want to make it an investable property, and so they're getting things done to sell to put it on the block later. But that's just my personal conspiracy theory. That's not like here or
Fingers
there.
crossed. Fingers crossed for that. I hope that's true, but I just think that they're personally just trying to put money into the club, buy some players, keep the fans a bit happy, because they've leveraged it with debt anyway. What do you think of the signings, though?
Sancho is really good, but my issue is I never had a problem with us scoring goals or United scoring goals. Me personally, I think they have enough quality players already. It's a nice addition. Varane for me is the more outstanding one, or the one I'm very intrigued by and I'm very hopeful by. I think with the defense, I'll just continue with the
Hmm.
defense. It's not just that they let in 6 goals against Tottenham last year. It's the quality of those goals. The schoolboy defending in those goals was atrocious.
It was really bad to see. I mean, it was funny at times if you're not a Man United fan, and in a way, if you're quite self-deprecating, it's really funny if you're a Man United fan. You just didn't really understand what was going on. I will say this though, I think that adding Sancho adds a bit of depth to the right wing that we didn't have. I personally would like Greenwood to go up top. I like that he got experience on the right wing, but I'd like him to be challenging up top. If he's going to be as good as everyone says he's going to be, I really, really hope that he gets moved up top. Sancho on the right wing gives a bit of depth and a bit of competition for places. Varane, I really, really hope that a proven winner is going to lead United forward because Harry Maguire really came alive in the second half of last season after a really bad start, and he had a fantastic Euros. So I'm hoping that both of them together build a really solid partnership for years to come. That those schoolboy errors that knocked us out of the league contention, really.
Contention, number one
Yeah.
spot.
Mm.
Europa League, obviously, Champions League, everywhere. Champions League, we were up. We had
Yeah,
done
yeah.
the first half of the matches. Like we had done everything right.
It was seriously schoolboy errors. So I'm hoping that this is good squad depth. But do you think we need any more?
Yeah, we still need that holding midfielder. I think every United fan has agreed that we've done 2 out of 3. We need that holding midfielder. McTominay needs some help or some veteran leadership or something. Just it's no fault of his necessarily, but we do need N'Golo Kante. If you're listening, come on board, bro.
I don't think he's ever coming, but there are a lot of good quality holding midfielders out there. And I think the good thing about this squad, though, now is that there is a lot of depth, which I'm liking. Do you think Ole has done well generally in the transfer market, identifying areas that we need to improve on? You're thinking Harry
Yes,
Maguire, you're
they
thinking
they
Wan-Bissaka.
it's a good starting 11. It's a really solid starting 11. Again, if you throw in like a holding midfielder, a really good one, it's I mean the expectations will go through the roof, to be honest. The question now becomes how the super sub uses his super subs.
And we've done a
Like
video on that. We dropped that recently, by the way. Do check it out. We'll provide a link in the description below. What do you think? Do you think that the super sub will use his subs properly?
just quickly, I think I don't know. He does need to rotate, and I'm thinking maybe even a 2008 sort of starting 15 instead of a starting 11. Do you get
Meaning
what I
that,
mean?
yeah, meaning that
Jisung
every
Park,
week,
your number can called up. You can start
anytime.
at any moment. Like before the match starts, I could call you. I could tell you you're subbing, and I could tell you right before, hey, I need you out there, and you should be ready. So a starting 15. And the other thing is with this rotation, we need to remember there's Greenwood, Diallo, Van de Beek.
Yep.
Theoretically, Bailly and Lindelof are like still there, but we don't know what's going to happen with them. But there does
Mhm.
need to be a rotation. There's plenty of squad depth, there's plenty of quality and quantity on the bench and on the field. So he does need to start. He can't stick to this like one team of the 90s philosophy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that he did right with substitutions. I think that he always decided to rotate at the weirdest times. He would just do it in like FA Cup semifinals, just completely rotate aside, put a side that hasn't played for ages, and expect them to win. And then when they don't
He-
win, we don't see them again for a very long time.
He's
And
trying to Pep. He's trying to pull a Pep,
yeah,
bro.
he's I don't know if he's trying to pull a Pep. I think would just tinker way too much just at the. Actually, yeah, that's a fair point. He might be actually pulling a Pep. I don't know. I just feel that he's gotten the right investment. They've identified what they've needed, and last summer he wasn't backed. They just completely scrambled last minute. This summer and the summer before, like summer before last, like he was backed. So do you think this is it for Ole? He was awarded a new contract.
Before that, there's one step back, which I
Hmm.
don't think we've talked about.
Hmm.
Goalie for United.
Tom Heaton was signed.
So so what's happening now? Is De Gea out and Dean Henderson in, but he's immediately undermined by the signing? Do you get what I
Mm,
mean?
no, I think it's just the backup keeper. The guy's, I think, 35 or something like that. So the thing is, last season was supposed to resolve Henderson De Gea, and it didn't happen. And you heard Henderson say, I read it, basically he said that the competition unnerved him a little bit. And with De Gea, he hasn't been in form for a long time.
Well, it'll unnerve both of them. Just
And the
continue, sorry,
defense,
but like
and the defense actually. One look, they both have really good qualities. De Gea is on his day the best shot stopper, but he hasn't done that for a while. He's made too many errors. And Dean Henderson, you can see he's a very vocal keeper in the mold of Schmeichel, by the way, meaning that he you can hear him on the pitch. He really shouts. He's not quiet like Van der Sar. And by the way, we'll have a video on that coming
another
soon.
video link. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll provide you. We'll let you know when that drops. But it's nice to see that. But I think this needs to be resolved this season. And Henderson was saying that this what last season was going to be his final season. He stayed on. So this is another thing Ole has to resolve, on top of trying to win something.
What's your preference in it though? You gave a very lawyer answer. You gave both sides, but you didn't give a verdict.
Well, I haven't
I
seen
need
enough,
judge
but
mode.
I think he needs to pick one and he needs to go for it. But I'm not going to say who I think is he's going to
Well,
go for.
let's say it's the first 10 games of the season. 10 matches, 10 game days of the season, who would you go with? De Gea or Henderson?
Um,
Or third
I,
option, even. Wild card
no, no,
bitches.
I'm no. I I'd s- I'm very loyal to De Gea because of what he did for us. Like we should have been in worse positions than we were for a long time. Um, but I feel that Dean Henderson needs to start. I feel that just give him a chance. First 10 games of the season, we have a new defense. We could have someone shouting at them basically, or I'm actually going to give another lawyer answer. We have Varane. I don't know how good his English is. So if you have he's French but played in Spain. If you have a Spanish goalkeeper behind him, maybe he could communicate. I don't know. Personally,
I
I'd
would
go with
go
Henderson. I'd go with
I would
Henderson.
go with De Gea. Personally, I would go with De Gea just because of I would want that established goalie with these, like an established goalie, meaning a veteran goalie with these new front line. Let them figure themselves out, and then if there's still an issue, then move the one guy back.
Fair enough. Do you think though this is it for Ole? Like, does he have to win trophies this year now?
We're in the end game now. Like,
Mm,
yeah, it's the beginning of Ole's, whether it's going to be a 1 year, 2 year, or dynasty reign. Um, he has to win a trophy. I want to say that unequivocally, whether it's the FA, Europa, the league, or the Champions League, a title or a trophy. One of these,
hmm.
not Carabao Cup, in my opinion, not
The League Cup,
even
yeah,
yeah, League Cup, whatever the sponsors this year.
yeah,
Um, I've said this before. I said this about this past year that it was a successful season, but the season was not a success.
yeah.
He can't afford that this time. It's not enough to have a successful season. This season, there needs to be a success, a quantifiable success with these trinkets now at play. And the rotation again, there's a squad. We're forgetting again
Yeah,
Van de Beek and Diallo and Greenwood. They're young kids. Like, give them a chance. So, like, yes, he does need to prove something now, especially after the Europa failure. If he had won the Europa, that pressure, you know what?
all these questions would be different.
Exactly.
But I will say this: do you think that he's at the very least changed Manchester United for the better?
Yeah,
For
for
the,
sure.
for
Yes, yes.
yeah,
His personality alone. I know Jurgen Klopp gets a lot of like cult and like, oh, Klopp, but Ole has his own brand of like Norwegian hobbit like positivity.
I he's done well in terms of bringing the dressing room together. I think that's really impressed me about him, and the whole Pogba situation. That that was a really bad situation handled very, very well.
I actually think not only the on the field, I actually think he's done well in the back room and figuring out like get like I can only do so much. You guys like even the players can only do so much. You guys also have to start doing your jobs. You can't just get the salaries and the bonuses.
Yeah, I think he's brought the culture back in that you're playing for Man United, at least wear the shirt with pride. I didn't see that for a very long time. I
And
just saw
going
mercenaries.
and going full circle with at least the Sancho and Varane signings, they were done quick, they were done quietly, they were done professionally, which is a little bit of what Ole does. He's not very loud about his philosophy or whatever. So
Mm.
I would have cut him so much more slack if the Europa final, which is the reject Champions
I
League. I
know,
just want to mention this again. Like, it's
I
not
know.
like my standards are like that high either. Like, for United, this is Ferguson's club. Compared, given what he did, he Ole needs to do something now. Please,
And the
please.
fact I think the one thing that kind of bothered me the most is that we lost to Unai Emery. I don't
Oh
know
my,
what I
let's
don't know
like
what it is,
plus
but like
like let's wrap up. Don't
yeah,
even remind
it's
me. I
the
don't know.
Arsenal
I
curse.
was happy and positive until you like.
Ole has never beaten Arsenal. I just want to put that in there, and he can't beat Unai Emery's Arsenal as well, Villarreal. That really bothers me, by the way. Like I just hope that this isn't something going forward. Like for me, actually, I'm gonna say this: if we beat Arsenal, I'm happy. That's it. That's all I need.
Oh my God. Is that are we now Arsenal fans where as long as we are better than
The
Tottenham, we're
Tottenham?
fine?
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, now that you've qualified that, I take that back. I apologize. And let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this Ole's last chance? Does he have to win something this season? And what do you think of his tenure as Man United manager? Is it a success? Has he done well? Has he changed the mentality of the club? Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.